Alrighty, let's start the first match. Yeah, Goldfischer. Never heard of him? So this hand is kind of okay. We need another land to work. I tempted to keep it because it's such a great hand if we find a land. So I'm going to keep it, but I'm just on the verge of it. Just see if no. Okay, so against this, we probably I want to take this. Just ask in the Discord later if it's a keep or a mole. Okay, so we are against probably blue-red fairies. They go bottom, but we find a land, so that's great. We're going to pass the turn, fetch on their end step. Yeah, probably blue-red. It may also be blue-black fairies, which is a deck that's being played right now. I tested it, I didn't really like it. It's not that it's bad, it's just I don't like it, you know. Here I could just try to save the familiar for later, but they already have a fairy, so I think the correct play is to play the familiar and let it die, just we can play the Secret Oracle next turn. Because if we wait and play like a Ponder, then next turn they can just hold a counterspell and prevent us from casting our Sunscape familiar. Yeah, blue-red means that probably this is going to hit a bolt. That's fine though. In this match, it's more about card advantage and less about velocity. We need to find like some pieces here. Let's see what they do. If they bolt, we're fine. Maybe they have like an Scred and that's why they shuffle first. If they go for ninja here, we have blockers, so that's fine. Looks like they have a ninja. Unfortunate, but we can recover from this. So they have fairies here in hand, we need to remember that. So here I could play like Secret Oracle and Hold Prohibit. I think that's fine. I think I'm going to go for that. We are going to have blockers and yeah. Chancery is great too. Yeah, I think I'm going to pick the Chancery. Just Hold Prohibit. If they try to remove their Sunscape Familiar, sadly we are going to have to counterspell that. I'm going to let them cantrip. Again, what we care about is not getting... sorry about the noises. I don't know if this is going to be heard or not. Yeah, I have to counter this, otherwise I'm not using my mana basically, and we need to use our mana berry each turn to not fall behind. Apparently it resolved, which is kind of interesting. I was actually not hoping, but kind of expecting them to have something. So I could have like Ponder with counterspell backup. I think that's fine. Next turn we can start deploying our top lands. So they didn't have anything there, which is interesting. Faithful, Familiar, and Archaeomancer. Yeah, these are all great. I don't know what I want to draw first. Probably the 2 white cards. We can go like Familiar into nothing. Yeah, but I'm not going to deploy the Archaeomancer. So let's just go like this. Hold the counterspell again. If they go for a removal spell, we kind of want to save our creatures to not fall behind. Let's see what they do now. Shuffle. I should pay more attention at how they cantrip there. They shuffled with Honor, which is interesting. They don't seem to have anything here. Okay. So I'm suspecting how's it called? Stutter. So I think I'm going to start with Faithful. I don't think they're going to want to counter this. They might. They didn't. Okay. Let's just bounce this whole counter spell up. So we are both doing our land drops and just adding some things to the board. This is great. We have another Sunscape Family in hand, but they've been saving their fairy in hand. So what does that mean? I don't really know. I'm going to counter this and see what happens. I'm not sure what this means, because they have a fairy seer in hand that they haven't been deploying, so kind of weird. They still aren't deploying it. Why? I don't really understand, honestly. Well, let's just start with this, then we can cast Muldrifter. If they counterspell, we are fine with it. Yep. And just slam this in black. We're a bit behind on time, we need to be faster. Frantic inventory, so they've been saving mana for that. Interesting. Also they tap kind of weirdly. Maybe they are not a great blue-red player, I don't know. Because you want to draw into removal to just use your mana, right? If you don't know, I have a lot of history with this blue-red Delver or blue-red Fairies deck, so I kind of know all the tricks and all that. So not playing the Fairies here in the previous turns is very weird to me. I think they might not be a very well-versed player, or they just have something that I'm not seeing. So I can start with a deep analysis or with an Archaeomancer. I think I want to start with this. So we can find like a counter spell or something. Can we deploy everything? Yes, we can. Yeah, I'm going to start with Archaeomancer. This resolves, apparently. Counter spell here. They're going to remove something? No, okay. I don't care about that. Here I think I'm going to start with the Faithful. We can also just slam the Muldrifter. I think I'm going to slam the Muldrifter. So again, if you want to do this, you should do it in response to the thing that you want to counter first. No? Okay, so Snap is a good mana generator here, because it costs 1 and generates 3 mana because we have a bounce run. So we can kind of go off next turn. Bounce something from our side, of course. 4 mana. What? Oh, okay, yeah. We have the Muldrifter, so they can attack. That's why. Still very weird. So let's see what happens now. Oof! This costs 4, right? 4 mana to do that. We kind of can remove the mountain. We are so far ahead on life that I don't really care about losing life right now. We could be playing the Faithfuls first to gain more life, but I want to see more cards and see what we should be doing. So yeah. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we should tap correctly. Linroa here. And most of their creatures I don't care about, so I'm just going to remove one of their lands. I could go for Snap on Archaeomancer, for example. Should I 3? I cannot just save it. Yeah. So they discarded a land, so probably they had like, yeah. So probably they had like a bit flooded. That's my read here. So right now we are just we need to dig for a. Okay, I couldn't tap. Yeah, it's fine. We are digging for some way of flickering our things. Here I think I'm going to start attacking. If they double block, we can try to blow them out. They don't. Awesome. Hit them for a bunch. Let's just snap this. Cast it again. So snap was kind of 1 mana divination there. We are trying to counter. We have the counter backup. We have a fairy. We can remove it. Let's see what they target. Counter spell, of course. They could have another. They don't. So this means that the trigger losses. We counter the counter and we resolve the drifter. Great. So I think I'm going to start with Preordain. And right now it's just closing speed here. Yeah, these are fine. Archaeomancer is fine. We just need to find some way of ephemerating our things. Should be fine. We can. Okay, let's just start by attacking. So we need to play faster than them, basically. These are going to the bottom, we just don't care enough about that. So let's go for a Ponder. Another Preordain, the same as Shuffling, basically. Ephemerate is great, so we can start ephemerating things. I'm going to start by playing Archaeomancer, getting back Prohibit. Playing Isle, naming Black. Playing Faithful, just pass the turn. We're going to pull the trigger on the end step. Don't seem to be doing anything. I'm really tempted to just flicker this. I think I'm going to, for maximum value. Okay. Let's just use our mana. So yeah, we are just droning them in card advantage, and you see how sometimes yeah, how sometimes kind of a win condition, a resilient win condition, isn't really necessary. Yeah, so you can just continue flickering. I'm going to flicker this for a removal spell. We can attack with everything now. And just pass with mana. There is no really a need to do anything else. Yeah. So that was great. So versus them, I want Suffocating Fumes, Cast Downs, and I'm feeling Mournwalk, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Snaps are kind of wonky. The Robas also are a bit wonky because bounce isn't great versus them. And we want the cast downs for sure. I think one snap is fine. So I don't think counterspell counters anything that Prohibit doesn't, so I'm going to just put a couple of negates. Something like this maybe. I want to have access to one snap. Ripping the Graves is also good. Yeah, Ripping the Graves is usually very good versus them. So maybe not bringing negates. Have less interaction in that front and have just more reactive elements. Let's see how it works here. Maybe you can just remove the other Dilroba. Play a negate. Not so sure about this. Mournwalk seems kind of difficult to just protect. If you want to evoke it, then ephemerate it. Huh. Yeah. Oh no, I want to try this out. I'm not so sure how to savor here. Okay, so we have cantrips. We bring in only one negate, right? Okay. I think I'm going to keep. We have the colors and cantrips, and well, maybe 2 flicker effects is a bit much, but it's fine. They don't have a 1-drop, which is fine for us. I'm going to start with Ponder maybe. Next turn we are going to play Preordain more sanely. Okay, so we can keep 2 of these if we want to. We can just play Plains Familiar next turn. I think I like it. I think I like it. So I need to put it like this. And this way we also draw the... What's this? Okay. So this way we also draw the Suffocating Fumes that I want to draw. It's a bit early for Suffocating Fumes, but it's still pretty good. So they are holding Counterspell. I don't mind trading this for a Counterspell. It's fine. Oh, great. I thought it was going to be a Counterspell. So next turn we can go Oracle, play the Isle. They just kill the Familiar. Again, we are fine with that. They don't really... Normally they don't have like... the words. They don't normally have like Graveyard Hate, so this should be stored here for future use. I think I'm going to keep Negate up because they might have like a Fairy. Here I'm going to name Black, of course. We can also just cycle the Fumes if they don't play anything. Do I want to cycle the fumes? Yeah, we need to make our land drops, so I'm going to cycle it. Again, I'm just saving it for later use. Okay. So let's just go like this. Again, they can counter if they want to. If they have pyro, if they have pyro. Okay. Okay. So they probably have ninja, which is unfortunate. Yep. It's fine, we need to find some of our removal spells. I should hope they don't play an untap land because I want to cast Preordain here. Okay. So they scry 2 and then put 1 on top. So I go here, let's just fetch an island because we already have both of our off colors. Faithful is fine, we can block with this. We can also just hold Flicker or even negate, but I want to use... Oh, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. We can just resolve a Seed Oracle here. Which means that even if they have one removal spell, they can't remove all the blockers. I'm going to pick the Muldrifter here. Yeah, if they tap out, we can just punish them by Muldrifter Ephemerate. If they don't tap out and just attack us for 1, then we are fine. We are really behind on clock, so I'm going to start playing more quickly. Okay, they have another ninja, which is again unfortunate, but not the end of the world. They are tapping out, so this means that we can probably... Yeah, we're going to Muldrifter Ephemerate, just punish them. In final land, we can even go Muldrifter Ephemerate, Muldrifter Flicker instead. They're tapping out very aggressively here. Okay, cast downs is great. Just play this. Fetch for white, actually, I think. Or black. No, we want black, so we can remove something. So we have 3 blockers now. So if they have a removal spell, they need 2 removal spells to get their ninjas through. We don't mind trading our Ephemerate for their ninjas. We can next turn try to make them fight. Well, now that they have another fairy, that's a bit difficult because they have another fairy in hand, the Spellstatter. Maybe they try to counter this, which would be fine again. They probably should. Wow, they didn't. Interesting. I'm going to start playing Faithfuls. I think I'm going to play another Faithful actually. I could go for Flicker with cast on backup, but there is no need to do that. We have a good amount of interaction. going to fetch blue because it's the only color that we have left. Okay. That's 2, 6. So if we play this, we tap out a bit. That's fine because white isn't really doing much. We can just pass the turn. Yeah, so we have a lot of cast downs that we don't really need to use right now. Preordain is fine. Also, another thing is that since we have 3 faithfuls, we are not dying anytime soon. They can counter everything and we are still going to be gaining a lot of life, so. Yeah, I'm not going to pull the trigger just yet. There's no need. That's castable. Going to start by playing Alando. Now playing the Seagate. I'm going to try to kill that. Okay, so with this, they can counter the cast down. We can't respond to that. Yeah, I think they win this no matter how, because, well, depending on what they target with the spell starter, they should target the cast down, but if they do, we can't really kill them both. So this is for sure going to resolve, and then they are going to have 4 fairies, so this will counter the Seagate Oracle. And I think I'm going to go for a flicker now. They could have like Dispel. That's the only thing that punishes us. Okay. Yep. So we still have a lot more cards on them. They can start attacking. Probably they have like a removal spell for sure. Augur. Yep. We are still at 28. We have more cards on them. Let's see what they find. Oh, they already played this. Inventory, which draws 2. If they wait until their turn, then we have negate for that we are going to use pretty aggressively. Let's go for this. That resolves, which is fine. Awesome for us. You can go 3 mana Archaeomancer, get back Ephemerate. Even if they have counters, we are just going to start slamming things into the board. Counterspell, negate that. So we can Ephemerate for cast down. Can also just evoke Drifter and Ephemerate that. I think I'm going to play this. Set up for future turns and hold up the Ephemerate. Just wait and see what they do. Yeah. They are probably going to Frantic Inventory. They didn't. Interesting. Okay, they don't attack either. So they do nothing. Okay. Sure. Let's go with Cosmo Drifter. Counterspell. It's fine. Archaeomancer. In this we are going to fight probably. Depends. They don't fight here, so we pick up the negate or the flicker. We can also pick just the fumes. Nah, let's go for negate. And just play another land. Just pass the turn now. We are not in a hurry. Okay, I'm going to negate that. Actually, no, I'm going to ephemerate in response. Okay, that's really annoying. So I'm going to counter now this. This way they don't have any cards left in hand. They don't attack, which is fine for us. Familiar. This may make them counter this. They shouldn't really. Let's just hope they don't have the fourth fairy. They don't. Like this. Okay. I'm going to pass now. Prohibit is great. Yeah. 2 to the bottom. I'm going to start with this. Try to find our Mortuary Mire or a Flicker Effect. That's a Flicker Effect. I'm going to start with this. We have the Prohibit now. I'm going to go a bit greedy now, just get back another. Great. So we can go for the Suffocating Fumes now. We can start attacking with the Drifters. Play this mouse here, and I'm going to save the deep analysis. We also have another deep analysis in hand, so we don't want to mill ourselves either. Stomoggeist is fine. I'm gonna kill it twice. So I'm going to get back first the ephemerate. Well, first the ephemerates, and then get back the prohibits. Ripping is great, we can just recur all of our creatures. Cast down. And prohibit. And I'll need to restart this because the amount of triggers is just too much for for Magic Online right now. So I'm not going to even cast Ripping because it will take a lot of time to resolve that. So we can go for Doomblade. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that so we can kill them now. If we resolve two of these, it's the same as resolving two of these, so just go like this. Oh, I flickered, so we can't really kill them now, so I'm just going to attack now. Just pass the turn. My idea was to kill both their ninjas and their Augur of Bola so I could attack with everything and kill them, but since we had to flicker, we didn't have enough attackers. It's the same. I'm going to prohibit that. Don't care. I don't care. Yeah, GG's. Let's see next game how it goes.